But I can tell you right now, like if you decide to be an entrepreneur, just know it's not the pretty picture that everybody paints. You think, oh, I get to set my hours from 10 to 6? Yeah, well, guess what? Like we're open 10 to 6. I'm like 6 to 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Like you're the first one there. You're the last to leave. You do all the hard. Like, I mean, it's entrepreneurship is really painted as this awesome thing, and it's trendy and it's all stuff. But man, it is a lot of work, and I'm telling you, not very many people have what it takes. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying you need to figure out whether you do or not, because it's not an 8-hour day job. It's an 18-hour a day job. I don't think a lot of people realize that. It's all the time. It's 9:52 a.m. I have a bunch of meetings this morning. Actually, not just this morning, all day. I think they're pretty much evenly spread out throughout the entire day. Got some bad news. A lot of our team is sick, which drives me crazy. One, because my heart goes out to them, because I don't want them to be sick. I actually wasn't feeling too well over the weekend, so I know what it feels like. There's something going around, but actually James is on vacation. We're without J Money, we're without Hannah Kiefer, we're without Shane Fink, we're without, half the team is sick. Hopefully everybody is better before we get to August. I couldn't imagine it being back to school weekend right now and not having all of these people would be my worst nightmare. It is what it is, right? You roll with the punches. You got to figure it out. You just got to do it. Got to make it happen. A lot of these appointments might have to fluctuate a little bit because I might get busy getting in the dirt with the business and with the team and actually doing some of their jobs today. We'll just kind of see how it goes. So let's get started. 10 a.m. Review with Dante. It was Dante's 3-year anniversary yesterday. Love this guy. He actually came to us as, I always call him Ninja Warrior, because he was referred to us by one of my friends, Kristen Hadid, over at Student Made. And he came over, interviewed him. I was like, this guy's awesome. Yes, he's awesome because he's a Ninja Warrior. Like, he was actually on the show. I wish we could find a clip of the show and like put it on the vlog. I don't know if he could do that.
He has enough gas in the tank for the warped wall. Dante Mucciarino. First attempt, and he is right up it. The body piercer from Gainesville, Florida has done it.
But came over and has been with us ever since, has done a lot of different positions around the dealership, and he's now our driver, which is excellent because there's nothing, a lot of people don't think about this when it comes to a driving position, right? I think a lot of people look at positions like that and say, oh, you're the driver. Like, this guy is very often the first impression of our business and the last. Like, if somebody's never had has never had service with us before and has us come out and pick up their scooter for the first time, Dante is that first impression of our business. If we just sell a scooter and that customer chooses to have it delivered to them, then he brings it out to their home, goes over the check sheet, goes over a lot of things that we do here inside the dealership with other customers. But just goes over everything, and he's the last impression of our company. So I look at that as one of the most important jobs in the organization, whereas a lot of people would wave that off as, oh, he's just the driver. So he is such a vital part to our organization, and since it's 3 years, again, just kind of staying on top of my 3-month reviews. And so he has his this morning, so we're just going to do that first. And then 11 a.m. I'm meeting with Anthony and Lee and Mike, really trying to get everything prepared for scooter storage pickup. We had 250 scooters stored with us this summer. It's a lot, and what's very difficult about that is all of them pick up usually on the same 2 days. So it's always during that back to school weekend where we have tons of sales going on and lots of people. It's the same times. I mean, we'll get some of them that pick up during that first week of school, which will help. But usually that's what's so interesting about that back to school weekend is that we have a lot of people picking up their scooter storage. We have all the people that were like, oh, I'm not paying for scooter storage, dropping their scooters off for service because they've sat for 3 months and now the gas is bad and you need new batteries and all of that. So we have those people dropping off for service, and then we have 60, 70 scooter sales happening in those 2 days. So it's a very intense time. So again, more planning, more preparations, trying to make sure that we have our ducks in a row. Anthony has been with us for a very short period of time. It's not like he's been here for years, but he's just a go-getter, man. And I love him, and I'm like, dude, I'm putting you in charge of storage. Like, you're gonna be my storage guy. Anytime I have a question about storage, like, I'm coming to you. And so we've already had that discussion, and he's going to be that guy for me as we go into this season. So we're just trying to meet with him and get him prepared for that. And then I just have a couple meetings this afternoon, business meetings. But I think we'll be able to record them. They're happening here, so it'll be cool.
Cool.
So let's get started.
Get it.
Ready to rock and roll?
Leftovers, yeah. But
I'm surprised there are leftovers. That thing is
shocked too.
that thing is really sweet though.
Yeah, they are. It's like fruit punch on the cracker.
Are you good?
I'm a little foggy, but
It's foggy.
yeah.
Florida problem.
This information is sometimes I'll pull it from other team members, which I think is important too, because I think it's important for you to know what the team is saying. These are coming directly from Mike and myself, so that's why we can just talk to you about them and I don't have to really read them. We have a ton of confidence in you in terms of being a representative of this brand. I mean, I was even telling Austin this morning when we were just kind of opening up that you have such an important job. I think it's easy to wave off like, oh, that's NSRL's driver, or, you know what I mean? And I constantly, reiterate the fact that that is the first impression of our brand and that is the last impression of our brand so many times. And we see the importance of that, and we think that you're a perfect representative of our brand out in the marketplace. The positive attitude, man, like there's nothing. Hannah Kiefer has this as well. I mean, so much of our organization has this, just this positivity, very uplifting.
Picked up a few new ones too, like Matt and Hannah, like you just
Yeah.
said, like, sorry, there's a lot,
Exactly.
yeah.
No,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
it's
like, that's exciting.
It's very just that uplifting, like it's easy for this business, especially seasonally, to like really wear you down, and to have people who are just uplifting and in positive spirits helps. I think because of your transition through the business, you're very versatile, right? You know how to make the SROs, you know how, you've done sales, you've done so much that that makes, that there's a lot of value in you from that standpoint. And I really love, and I put this on here that multiple people love this, the notes and everything that you put on the repair orders. That is nothing but a head start for our technicians, and that is so valuable. So that's something that no driver has ever done before. And the fact that you're taking a couple minutes to like look at it or see talk with the customer when you're picking them up and see what the issue is, and like giving the techs more detail, that's so valuable. I can appreciate that team members want to receive feedback. I believe that it's also a very generational thing. I think a lot of the younger team members that I have right now are craving that feedback because they want to learn, they want to improve, they want to know what they need to do to get to the next step and the next step and the next step, which is fantastic. There's zero wrong with that. Where it's difficult for me is I don't like the feedback process. That's very traditional. And this is good because I've actually had people see some of the reviews and ask about, or I've had other people watch the vlog, see some of these reviews that have been happening and pick my brain on it. I'm very much a person who likes to give feedback on the fly. So when I notice somebody doing something great, I want to let them know that in that time. Or at the end of the day, I like to go up to people, and I think you've probably even seen it in the vlog. I go up to people saying, "Hey, like I got really good feedback from parents, on you. Thank you so much for this." Or, "Hey, I noticed you were going out of your way doing this for somebody. That means the world to me." I like to give that positive reinforcement, that positive feedback as it's happening, and I like to do that with the needs improvement stuff. It's like, "Hey, Stephanie, you see your cup right over there? I really don't want you to leave your cup on the Can you please make sure that that doesn't happen from now on? So I like to correct in the moment, because I think that's where people are going to learn. I think people, if you just did something that's not the correct way of doing it, or if there's or you do something and I can say that was good, but this is a way to do it better and get more response, or a lot of the times that's in handlings with customers and with sales. It's like, hey, you did a good job and you took care of the customer, but if you make these little adjustments, I think you're gonna find better results. So I like to do that while it's happening. So my feedback process now, because people like to have this sit down meeting and they like to see, what they're doing well and where they need improvement, I just have started making bullet points of those specific things. I think it's really important to point out the positives, because everybody loves positive reinforcement. I actually think it's something that I'm not great at. I'm trying to be better at, and actually I can credit Allison for this, because she's excellent at it. We send out surveys to service customers, and when we see that the feedback is positive, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, she's really good about sending that to the team and saying, hey guys, excellent work, keep it up. We want more of this, you're doing a good job. And that's extremely important, whereas my tendency would be to ignore the positives, and the ones that aren't so good, send those out and say, hey guys, we need to improve here, look at this feedback and look at this feedback. So I'm trying to get better at doing both. I think both are extremely important. I guess that's really it, right? The sit downs are just quick sit downs. I'm trying to do it every 3 months. Of course, well, let me back up just a little bit. If somebody's new, we're trying to do a 30-day review. So if you've only been here for 30 days, it's like, hey, this is just a quick check-in. How do you like it? Because a lot of times, I think even after 30 days, you might find that somebody's not a perfect fit, or maybe you might think they like it, but they really don't, and that's okay. We have a 90-day probation period, where we're really just seeing if it works, if you're the right fit for us. I feel that our application process and a lot of the things that we do in terms of our interviews allow us to make sure that somebody is a perfect cultural fit for our organization, but sometimes they're not, and that's why that 30-day review is there. But the same thing, you're doing great on these things, these are the things you can do a little bit better, and then from that point we do it every 90 days. And so I just put little reminders in my calendar, and I'm trying to do it every 90 days. There's some people that I know don't crave it as much as others, so maybe I'll do them every 6 months, but I'm trying to make myself do it every 90 days.
You guys are using Trello to send PDFs of SROs to Dante to pick up? So there's a driver list. So you probably haven't seen it. No. But there's a front of house drivers communications board, and it has dates: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and with the date. So our team can schedule pickups, deliveries, and for pickup they would put P/U, and for delivery they put DEL, and then they put the customer's name. So they can schedule it pretty far in advance. I think we probably don't do more than a couple weeks, but is that used in conjunction with the paper SROs for pickups?
Yes.
Okay.
So we always have a paper trail. So we always have a physical piece of paper, because that's what's given to the tech. Don't let me forget to take my vitamins now. That's what always happens. I'm in the middle of a conversation and turn it off. So because that ends up physically being given to the technician. It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome at some point to have everything electronic, to where they can just pull it up electronically. But right now, that piece of paper is given to the tech and then given back to the service writer, where that gets communicated to the customer in terms of the repair. So, but
when you were talking about efficiency of his time, that's how you get maximum efficiency, is so that there's no waiting here in the morning. He can go get the first one, then a second one gets submitted to him, then Well, maximum efficiency will be when they just input the SROs into a list. So these are the pickups for the day, and it automatically routes them based off address.
Right.
That's going to be efficient.
Which is what UPS and some of these other big providers have. But, okay. Second question.
But what's important about that is that if he's out already doing pickups, so say he has 6, the trailer can take 9. So if they get a call right now, he's already out, they can take a picture of the repair order and upload it directly to the pickup board. So now he has all the information he needs in order to do the pickup without having to come back first.
Yeah.
So it does speed it up in terms of, it does speed up the process.
Right. Okay.
It's also great because each one of those pickups are separate cards. And what he'll do is as soon as he gets there, he'll actually archive the card as soon as it's picked up. So we actually have a timestamp of when that scooter was picked up, which is helpful if that customer calls and says, hey, I just wanted to let you know, like I can actually go on the driver board and see when he archived it and timestamped it. And then historically, if a week later if something comes up in a customer's name and we got to see like when we picked it up or something, I can actually search the Trello board and find that card and when it was picked up and everything, which is great. Awesome to have.
We've done good.
Yeah, for real. That system is
We've
awesome.
done good. These processes are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Hey, Colin. Nice to meet you. Come on back, man. We'll hang out for a little bit and show you. So this is our showroom. Give you a little tour. This is where we sell all the scooters. This is our service area back here. So, remind me again. You had.
I had Dr. Professor.
Oh, Professor Ross. Or no, was it? No, Pryor. Yeah.
That's what.
Cool. And he just kind of told you a little bit about our organization and stuff?
Yeah, I went to him first because I just became a Christian 2 years ago and I'm really passionate about it.
Okay.
And so before then, I thought I found my passion being a businessman. And after I became a Christian, I was like, how can I incorporate Christianity?
Oh, this is getting to be an interesting conversation. I can't begin to tell you, like, the last 2 years especially, how all of these puzzle pieces just fit perfectly in terms
We're both
of.
not that smart enough, really. We don't have that much money
Yeah,
between us, so
anyway.
you could just give the glory to the Lord. That's all there is to it.
Reminds me of with men, this is impossible, but with God, nothing's impossible.
Exactly right.
That's reminds me of that.
If you show up to work as a willing vessel in any life, anywhere you go, and pray that, Lord, I want to be where you want me to be, do what you want me to do, when you want me to do it. I'm ready to go. He will not ignore you. And be quick to give the glory to the Lord. That's just it. It's a lifestyle. A lot of people can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? Can you truly? It's not easy. It's not for the meek or the timid. It's for tough people to be a Christian and to believe that. I could tell you countless stories of my own life at 66 years old. It's the same thing. It's just, he just had something better than being over there 2.5 miles in the northeast section. So you just got to wait till his timing is right. And here we are.
What I would suggest at this stage, how much school do you have left?
3.5.
Just do as much as possible. Wherever your interest piques you, follow it, right? Just go, like, I was interested in music. I was working at the recording studio, at a local recording studio. I was working with the radio station. Like, I thought my life was music. I did those things. Everything that I learned in those businesses has helped me today, but I'm not in the music business. So, wherever your interest lies, just go and do those things, do as much as possible. I definitely encourage anybody who has an interest in entrepreneurship to not wait. Like, yes, you're in school, do classes, but explore everything that interests you, because that's how you're gonna find your passion. Cool?
Yeah.
Hey, man, really nice meeting you.
It lasted a little longer.
No, hey, dude, like, it was a very,
It's nice to meet you.
a very fun conversation. I was just emailing, or texting Stuart, because when his bosses or whatever were in here with him earlier, like, the one guy asked me, he was like, is there anything that we could really do for you? And after they left, I was like, you know what? They should buy us lunch. I was like, we've been super loyal. We use just WPS. So I was like, you could reward our loyalty with buying lunch for the team during back to school rush week.
And are you ever checking prices on if it's competitive or?
So that's a interesting question. I think that's proof that value is earned in other places. The reason, even if WPS was a little bit more, which I don't think they are, I think they're very comparable, but even if they were, I'd still probably go with them. Why? Because that guy is here every week, and he's going through our inventory and advising on what he thinks we should order, and he doesn't oversell me. Like it's very much like if he has a new product, it's like, hey, this is a new product that I think you'll be interested in, but he doesn't push me to buy it. And instead, he looks at what we have and says, hey, you guys are getting really low on batteries. I think you could use this. You know, I think you might need to place a reorder here. And because he comes every week, we don't have to place huge orders.
Right.
I don't have to order 60 batteries. I can order 12, knowing that he's going to be back next week.
That's what you were talking about, cash flow, helping cash flow.
Yeah, it helps immensely. So they bring a lot of value in other ways. And that's why we've been loyal to them. We have that personal relationship. Relationships are so important.
Right.
Personal relationships are so important. We have a personal relationship with Stuart. It wasn't like that at first. He was just another sales guy. But he made that effort. He came in and really established a relationship. He buys us lunch occasionally. He does these things. And he's a friend. He's a friend of the business. When a distributor is willing to come in and do your job for you, and that saves time and saves money and keeps my guys focused on the other things, it's not,
It's awesome.
It's awesome. I mean, I pointed out a lot of that stuff to his boss. I wanted his bosses, and I don't know if they were both his boss or, but I wanted those guys to know that they have a winner in him, that guy is a vital piece of WPS, and they should know it. So he does an excellent job, and not only for us. I know that our WPS sales numbers are nothing in comparison to a lot of the other dealers, specifically motorcycle dealers. There's a lot of motorcycle dealers who are doing a lot of tires and a lot of that kind of thing. But with that said, that guy doesn't treat us any differently because we're a scooter dealer. We might not be spending $150,000 with WPS, but he values our business and he shows it. So. And
I think they see the growth potential too. I mean, I think wasn't it even his boss who was talking
about?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's on the up.
I mean, looking at the long term. I'm not joking when I say I want to be a global brand. So if I am and that relationship's solid, what's that going to mean for WPS? Probably a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep building, and they'll be with us every step of the way, and they'll keep supporting us, and we'll grow together because of that relationship.
Oh.
You get to do the sign off today.
No.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's very good. Guys, so I thought I would end the vlog a little bit differently than our normal leaving the shop videos, because the truth is, the day's not over. I get home, I like to go for a run if I can. Sometimes I get home, it's just way too dark and I'm afraid to. But if I get home at a decent time, 7:52 p.m. right now, then I like to go for a little jog. Helps me clear my mind, get refocused for the day ahead. But I just thought this would be a good opportunity to stop and say thank you to anyone who has ever watched this vlog, shared this vlog, and feels you have a invested interest in our company, because I would say that you do have an invested interest in our company. We're so successful and are continuing to grow in success. I don't even call it successful. I think a lot of people look at us and say that we are, but I feel like we're a long ways away. But no matter how far we've come, the one thing I can say is that I'm so grateful to you guys. I'm grateful for everyone's support, our customers' loyalty, It means the world to me. And I just wanted to say thank you. It's a time of reflection. I look back at the conversations I had today, the new people that I met, the opportunities to speak and grow new relationships, to speak with people and grow new relationships. I mean, it's awesome. I feel like one of the luckiest guys in the world, and to be able to share those experiences with my team, to work every single day with people that I love, it's awesome. So thank you. And I hope everyone has a really great rest of your summer. Oh, real quick, somebody pointed out that I lied about having exclusive on a Bentelli scooter, or on an Adley scooter rather. These are the 3 exclusive Bentelli scooters. Obviously, Bentelli distributes Adley. Guys, this August is gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna use this opportunity to say I'm sorry. It was bound to happen at some point. I get out there and I start spewing stuff, and the white Bentelli Breeze and the white Bentelli Sprint are exclusive to our dealership, but we had the light blue Adley Bullseye there, and that one is not. That's available nationwide. Find your awesome local Adley dealer or Bentelli dealer, because it's one and the same. And buy from them. See ya.